What's up, y'all? Welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk presents Two Cousins Talking Batman. Here, well, happy Saturday morning. Get your bowl of cereal because here we go through each episode of Batman the Animated Series and pretty much fan out on each episode. Check out the playlist if this is your first time. We've done quite a number of these. Um, yeah. Chris, what do we got, man?
Almost got him, which is a dope episode. You know, it's funny. So we're recording this right before Thanksgiving. This Sunday, Rick and Morty came back after a hiatus, and they specifically mentioned this episode in the most recent Rick and Morty.
For real?
Yeah. They're talking about plot devices, and then it was like a very like meta episode. They're like, they told they had a writer. They said, told me to write this episode like that Batman episode where they're all playing cards and they're telling stories about Batman, and that's almost got him. That's this episode. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize in advance. Y'all might hear landscapers in the background. Life is still going on, but Batman will be first.
Batman's always first.
That's amazing because this is not. I mean, it's not a Heart of Ice, right? It's not like that Harley. It's not Mad Love. It's not one of those episodes that stick out outside the fandom. Right. But I love that. Wow, that's a good plug right there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This episode's a great episode. You know what? So obviously we don't do these in order. This is how Lawrence and I pick the order. Is we'll watch the episode that we're going to watch for the show, and then usually we watch more than one episode, and we get really into like the next episodes. We're like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. So we kind of just shoot it on gut. We shoot it on memories of what episodes we like, and this one was really high up in the ranks for us. I think we both enjoy this episode for one specific 1 second moment. It's just great. Not that the entire episode's not great, but this one moment really gives us
that Killer Croc, just Batman shadow silhouette thing. It's crazy.
Yes. So let me give you guys a brief background of this episode, and then we can get into it, right?
Let's do it to it.
So, original air date November 10th, 1992. It's funny because the last week's one was November 9th. So they were showing daily.
They were
a 5-day run.
Which is crazy to think about, like the quality in these episodes, and they were like 5 days a week.
Yeah,
crazy.
A lot. Yeah. Written by Paul Dini, directed by Eric Radowski. This is obviously season 1. We're doing season 1, episode 35. Guest appearances. We have Mark Hamill as the Joker, Arlene Sorkin as Harley Quinn, which is crazy because Harley Quinn was created in this season for this cartoon.
Yeah.
And look how she's lasted, and like the whole like Mr. J, that whole like voice and the tone, and that it was created by Arlene Sorkin. It's carried over.
Transcended the whole thing.
Right. Dude. Right. Crazy. Richard Mall is Two-Face, Diane Pershing is Poison Ivy, Paul Williams is Penguin, Aaron Kincaid is Killer Croc, and Adrienne Barbeau is Catwoman. Yeah, this is great. So I don't have the synopsis I had was too long, so I'll give you guys a brief summary. We're in, I forgot the name of the, because we see it once before, the name of the bar or the place where the bad guys
are. I can't even remember.
Yeah, so we're in a bad guy hangout. We have Joker, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Penguin, and Killer Croc sitting around a table telling stories about how they almost captured Batman. And at the end, we get a surprise.
Dude, and what's crazy is how much of this, we talked about this before, but how much is picked up from the Tim Burton films. And the fact, like, Penguin's whole design is straight up Danny DeVito.
Yes.
With the fingers, the webbed fingers that are like, that stuff didn't exist in the comics. That's straight up Danny DeVito as Penguin and Tim Burton. And the fact that our Catwoman's blonde, we don't see her without her mask here, but that's straight up Michelle Pfeiffer inspired. Like Catwoman's always been dark haired or brunette in the comics.
Right.
So this Batman anime series is like this one big amalgamation of Burton verse, comic book verse, but then also creating characters on the show originally that last forever.
Exactly. And the staying power of the characters that they create, and the staying power that this show has had so much effect on the Batman universe. I would say more so than the actual Burton movies. Like it's just been like
Dude, like we're not into new adventures yet, but when you see Tim Drake show up as Robin, and he has that red and black costume, that's the reason why he has it. Got it in the comics later on when he had
right,
that red. Like they literally lifted the design off the animated series,
right.
which is
It's funny
crazy.
how the series makes things canon, right? Things that series makes things like comic book canon, like it
Yo,
integrates. Where usually it goes the other way around, but it's just a testament to how good this series is.
and I mean, maybe comic book fans will correct me, but I feel like Justice League it made Amanda Waller as cool as she is
I
now and
agree with
everything
you.
else.
I agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you on
It's
that.
this Dini universe that's created so much. Let's get into this bad boy.
Let's
Man,
go. So we gave that. Let's start it off with our. We're back to the painted title card. Oh, we had a title card last week.
it was fun.
Um. Oh man,
This
this is a
is
good
dope.
one.
This is like smoky. And like
Yeah,
it just creates the whole and the music here, Chris. That kind of bluesy
it's
old
the same
detective
music
noir.
from Robin's Reckoning.
Is it? Oh
Yes, it
man.
is.
It's just so, and they're all playing cards, man. And then the Poison Ivy shows up like that, like Humphrey Bogart type. She comes
Yes.
in. I just love the whole tone of this thing.
So I like when he sits down and Two Face makes a
Yes.
comment. He's like, "Yeah, we used to date," and then he's like, half of me wants to do this to you, the other half of me wants to hit you with a truck.
But wait. At first, there was like a sexual innuendo because she's like, half me wants to hurt you, whatever, and then she goes, and the other half. And this is like, there's a moment. There's like,
She's so
ooh.
horny.
I'm like, and then he says, hit you with a truck. But I was like, there was something else on that other half that I did not
Oh,
pick up as a kid.
oh man. You know what? That's a straight too far. You know what? If you watch the old GI Joes, there's a lot of sexual tension in the original GI Joe. Cartoons in this era and the '80s era were extremely different.
Yes,
Extremely different.
yes. Especially
Uh,
this. I mean, this is super violent. This is
super
really
violent.
violent.
So they get to tell their stories about how they almost got him, and then this is Poison Ivy goes first because ladies first, as Penguin says, and yeah, we get into her story about in the exploding pumpkin patch.
Which is the dumbest.
Terrible idea.
I don't know what her plan with exploding pumpkins for Halloween. It's pretty
Yeah.
silly.
Yep. So
Um, and she likes that little lantern for Batman. He gets knocked out by gas or whatever.
right. And fun fact, so we see he gets like that. This is the first time they allude to her natural immunity to poisons. It's the first time
Oh,
that we see that we see that reference, and it carries over into really into Poison Ivy. Always.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Poison Ivy. A lot of the villains that they chose, the rogues that they chose for animated series were. I don't know how she was prior to the animated series. I don't know if she
I can't
was.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I know her post, but before, I don't know if she was just like one of those jokey, like, D list villains where she had no real backstory. I'm not sure if that immunity came from here or
This,
came
yeah.
from comic book lore. I don't know.
I actually don't know.
Let us know if you guys are watching. Tell
Right
us.
in the comment section, let us know what she was before this.
Yeah,
Um, Stupid plan though. Like I don't understand her plan
I mean,
of exploding, and you can hit play because it's like
pumpkins gotta explode, Lawrence. What?
her almost got him is like, I guess
I mean,
because
yeah,
he winds up knocking it out of her hand, and then they explode, which was not part of her plan. She didn't
no,
plan for this whole thing to explode and all the gas to come out. And
but
then
this was her
Batman goes.
almost. This was her almost got him. This
This is her almost. I'm sure there was like a plant eating monster that you could have told the story about. But
right.
what's crazy here is Batman's like, I need my Batmobile, and that Batmobile, if she didn't climb that freaking freaking electric pole or whatever, it would have killed her. Like, look at this. It's coming up. Like, this is like she's climbing. Like, it would have
Right.
ran her down. And
I
Batman
mean,
just,
this really would have killed you. You're holding onto a telephone pole and you're falling from like 20 feet in the air. The telephone pole to land on you.
and Batman was not thinking about catching you. He was not thinking about nothing about getting his
He's like,
gas
I need
mask.
my mask.
Man, she almost died. She was in more danger than him.
Yeah, no, he almost got her. And then now they're all ragging on her like. So, okay, let me pause it real quick. This is the origin story for the Penny. So this is the first time we see the Penny, and then we see the Penny. The Penny carries over. The Penny even carries over into the new Batwheels movie, like in the Batwheels cartoon. It's a staple in the Batmobile, in the Batcave. So you see it.
Yes.
But the Penny, one of the things I watch is the Penny has grown exponentially over the years. So the Penny, so if you look at the Penny in like Justice League times, the Penny is like huge. Here, the Penny's only like maybe 10 feet because it's really enough for him to spread his arms out. So it's right. So yeah,
artistic license. And here's he can play. He's almost got him. Why didn't you shoot him in the head?
Because you're a villain and you have to monologue. You have to monologue and you have to kill Batman in a way that's so spectacular that he has a chance to get out.
So where did you get like this concoction? You were on your way to rob you were just here to rob the mint, like to get the 2 million. Like you didn't come here with the whole, we need a thing to springboard this giant pit.
Right, because if this penny is okay, for this penny to be any kind of significance, because Two Faces, I'll give you a 50-50 chance. Face down, you get crushed. Tails, it just breaks every bone in your body.
Right.
So that means this thing has to weigh a significant amount of money. And we see in like other episodes where Batman's like pushed the penny or laid the penny down on people or whatever. The penny
it does it here. Like after he breaks free, that penny falls on his goons.
Well, it showed that in theory, those goons should be
dead.
They dead or paralyzed from the waist down.
So another instance of, did you almost get Batman or did he almost get you? But this is brilliant.
It's looking good for Batman, I'm telling you right now.
Man, Batman's like, y'all almost got me. This is just a Tuesday for me.
Yeah. So we see Batman. He's on this. They flipped a giant coin in the air.
Where did they get this from?
Where did they make? You're right. Where did they make a giant seesaw?
Wouldn't it be crazier just to shoot him in the head? But
and then
Batman first coin, and Batman has it, and he's just now. This is actually dope because he's doing this, and then eventually they fling him in the air, and he's still focused on that rope.
Yep.
And it's like you're being flung, and you don't know where you are in space, and you're just working on that rope.
Before I hit the ground, I need to be free. And for the fact that Two-Face freaks out, like, where's my coin? Where's my coin? And he realizes Batman is using his ragged coin. And he tries to stop it to get his coin back because his coin means more to him than anything else.
Yes. And he winds up flinging him in the air.
Yep.
Batman's still working that coin. And then Batman just falls from the sky and flips, like, because he doesn't have his utility. He has it now for some reason. He didn't have
continuity error. That was one of my facts. It's a continuity error where he shouldn't have that. Nope, he shouldn't have it because, in fact, Two-Face specifically makes a comment. What are you going to do how are you going to get out of this without your belt or something along those lines? And has the belt in his hand, and then we see him with his belt on.
Which is why I love the Pattinson Batman and the fact that his grappling hook comes from his gauntlet. Because why would you put everything you need in just your belt? You probably want to spread it throughout your suit,
right?
Just in case your belt gets got.
But we do see, like, doesn't he keep? I think we see in other episodes he keeps stuff in his boot, keeps stuff in his.
But not like a rope. Nothing. Well, it makes him so he's vulnerable, which is great.
It does because he gets his utility belt taken a lot in the series.
He does. Like they all know.
They all know. Let me take the belt and that's it. You can't go. I mean, I mean, if that happens all the time, what do you think? If you're Batman, you're the biggest planner in the world, the biggest prepper in the world. Don't you prep for your utility belt being
Like
taken?
if they try to take it off, it zaps them, or something
Yeah.
like how his mask
So,
wound up being later.
so you know, with his mask, he carries a backup mask because there was an episode where they took his mask and he had like a bandana on after that he just carries just in case. You plan for that, but you don't plan for your utility belt getting taken. Come on, Batman.
Or maybe that's part of his plan. When they get my belt, then they all let their guards down, and it creates an opportunity for me
A
to like
false
steal his
sense.
coin, a false sense of power. I just fixed
Maybe.
my own continuity. That's
There
my
you
head.
go. That's it. That's it. It's a genius in his Batman the Animated Series.
That's it. And then Batman, Two-Face gets got. This is all just light work here.
Yeah, it is. And then they're like, "What happened with the coin?" They let him keep him. Oh, this is the moment. So Killer Croc gets queued up to tell a story. Like, what about you,
I
Croc?
almost got him.
I almost got him.
He was walking through the swamp. He didn't see me. And then I threw a rock at him.
And then,
Dead
and then,
man.
and then you hear crickets, and everyone. I'm good. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you.
I had to.
Look
I
at
had
the
to
expression. Joker doesn't even. Joker just looks like he pities him. Like, word, Croc. That's your story, bro.
Now, jumping to the end, spoiler alert, it's Batman in the Croc costume. So
Right.
it's safe to say that Batman is like, no, that actually almost did get me.
You know what?
Yeah,
That might be the close.
your stories didn't come close, but I did not see that rock coming. And it
It was
almost
a
took
big
me
rock.
out. And it was a really big rock.
It was a really big rock.
Because we talked about last week, like Batman's gonna get got not by this crazy plan, by just some punk that got lucky, and that's kind of like that. Yes, a
Right.
freaking rock almost took me out. You
Right.
guys are too. You guys want to tie me up to your contraptions. This is the guy that said, "Well, let me hit him with a freaking boulder."
Right.
I think Batman's telling the truth. Like,
You know, you're probably right. You're probably right. No aviary of doom or like pumpkin patch of death or
no, this dude
nonsense of nonsense. It's
threw
just
a
a big rock.
5-ton freaking rock at me.
Right. Shoot.
It
I
was
love
a
the
big
expression.
rock.
It was a big rock. Don't they transition like, okay. Oh,
Just
Croc.
moving
You feel
on,
bad for Croc almost.
man. And Penguin,
So they
I
tell
don't get this plan because he breaks in to steal these freaking birds, right?
right.
But then he goes in. Where would he get these poison tipped birds just ready?
So I guess we believe that these birds are just there in the aviary of doom. You guys lack poetic license. Um, so they're there. They're just wild animals, right? So I guess he decides to
Is
release them.
that gas he sprayed them with? Maybe.
That was their food, like
Oh,
their
okay, yeah. All right, now I missed that. That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. So he thinks he sprayed him, and then that's when Penguin tells him when he locks him in, like these hummingbirds are so deadly, and blah blah blah. And what I sprayed you with before was the nectar of whatever flower that they eat. So then
And
Batman gets attacked. Oh, what they were saying is it's funny that these as a continuity, there's no feet drawn on any of the hummingbirds.
oh,
They said that it was gonna be too difficult to animate. So there was no
okay.
feet drawn.
Which also, that's why when I was looking, I was like, "Are these robotic?" Because a part of me looked at them like they don't look real ish.
Yeah.
They don't look, but I get that they're only there for 2 seconds. You don't want to blow your whole budget on feet
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
trying to get it
This is,
right.
this is not this is not Nickelodeon.
It's like, do we want Mister Freeze's helmet to have a completely different art style, or do we want feet on the hummingbirds?
Yeah. All right. So then Batman throws his batarang, hits the sprinkler. I don't
And
know why the
drowns the
bird just
birds.
dropped. Yeah, and then he said that a cassowary, which I believe it's a real bird, and they are super deadly, and they can gut you with a kick from their stomachs. They have large talons.
And Batman gets slashed here.
Yeah, Batman does get slashed here,
But he
and
winds
then
up What is he?
He
He
grabs him
stabs him with the hummingbird. He
with a
stabs him,
hummingbird. Yeah, yeah.
poisoning. Batman's just killing all the animals
So
today.
let me ask you a question: how does Batman have just a generic antidote for everything?
Reasons, Chris.
Oh, that's reasons. So then Penguin says by the time Batman we have the trademark explosion.
I don't know. There's an explosion almost in every one.
Every episode.
Poison
They just like
Ivy.
throwing
Here's
explosions.
now. I think this is a good point for me to say. This episode is so good because it embraces the buffoonery that is the Batman 66 series. And it's laid in this wonderful noir kind of detective who got him. But all of their heists are straight up Adam West.
They
We're going to
are.
strap you to a giant penny. Here, you're stealing birds.
Right.
You have the iceberg lounge. You're pretty much a gangster penguin. Why are you stealing birds?
Yes.
And then poison ivy exploding pumpkins on hollow. Like this is like classic silliness, but it works here for some reason, and it's brilliant that they made these things. Yeah, why do you have an antidote for some random bird's poison? Adam West would in his
Adam
belt. He
Westwood.
would
Yep.
have shark repellent. Why? Because you just
Yep.
do. So here, it's amazing that they took something that should be campy in nature. All these heists are campy. Like even when the Joker, like we're the police. Why are you able to hold all these people hostage in this
Right.
talk show? But here, I don't know how they did it, but it doesn't feel
It
campy when it should.
it doesn't. If I think it's just the way the universe is and kind of you accept it in this Gotham, right? This is how things happen in this Gotham. And it seems like and you know what too is that Adam West was campy.
Mm-hmm.
Batman here is not campy. So I think because even though the villains are doing campy, ridiculous things, Batman is taking it so serious, and we're seeing this from the point of view of Batman. Well,
Right.
the specific interactions. The show, this episode itself is from the point of view of the villains, but these specific interactions are from we see it from Batman's point of view. Like, all right, it's ridiculous, but these guys are trying to kill you still. So,
And I think the twist at the end with all the mobsters, quotation mark, that are in the bar is so dope and so smart. It makes us almost forgive the fact that so none of y'all tried to shoot him in the head. There's
right.
one thing when you're watching an episode and that's ridiculous. All their stories are so ridiculous. Even Catwoman, just shoot her in the
The
head.
head. I know.
Like,
I know.
but the twist at the end was so smart. I think it makes us not lean into. So no, I mean, no one tried to just shoot him. Like these ridiculous,
No.
full of room for error plans. I'm hoping these hummingbirds stab you enough with this poison.
Enough to kill you, and then if not, this other giant bird that I can't control, but it does.
We know you've taken down a man bat, but we're gonna put all our stock
Watch
in
out
these
for hummingbirds. Hummingbirds with no feet.
Yeah, but it works. They're
It works.
brilliant. They made it work. So yeah,
Yeah.
Penguin gets away.
Check out this transition. So I pause it, and it's transitioning from this fire, and then we go into Penguin, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and it just fades right. I mean, this whole thing has so much texture, as Jack would say. Texture. And the Joker talks about how, last night, I mean, I'm sure they've all would have known. I'm sure they all watched television. Last night, he holds the Tonight Show hostage. Jay Leno, he holds a hostage.
Very much like the Joker movie.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So he did. He did it in Dark Knight Returns. He did it here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a common theme. So he has Batman connected to a laugh meter, and then he sprays the crowd with laughing gas, which is a very
brilliant
Joker thing.
Now, for Joker, this doesn't feel campy because Joker actually doesn't want to kill Batman. He
wants Batman to play with back and forth.
Yes, the other ones, why not just shoot in the head? Joker, I get why you wouldn't even if there was I wish there was a what if comic, or maybe there already is, where like a goon just takes out his gun and shoots Batman and kills him. and Joker just annihilate. Like that is not what I wanted. Did that happen somewhere?
Lawrence, you know what? There's an episode that we might have to do. I forgot the name of the episode, but the guy they call him Sid the Squid, where he's a guy, he's like a bumbling wannabe gangster, and he interacts. He gets tagged on. He gets pulled along as a patsy for a heist. Batman comes. Something happens. Batman falls, and they all blame Sid the Squid. Like not blame him, but they give him credit for killing Batman. It's like I think it's called The Man Who Killed Batman. And then you know who gets mad about it? The Joker. The Joker goes after him. He actually goes to Rupert Thorne for help, and Rupert Thorne is like, Joker's after you, bro.
I'm not messing with the clown.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good. Okay, they're so
So
smart in this series, man.
they
They're
are.
fans. That's why
They are. They are.
you have to be a fan to come up with this stuff.
You do. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we see Batman's on the laugh meter. Harley Quinn's reading the phone book. Anything they say makes people laugh. Catwoman interacts with Harley Quinn.
And then they get the draft, which is interesting. I mean, this is like the first episode, maybe not. Yeah, I think it might be the first episode where Catwoman's a straight up hero.
Yeah.
There's not even any anti-hero on her in this episode.
Yeah.
And the fact that her and Batman have a relationship where she'll come to his rescue, I wish we leaned into that in this series. Because it's different than Batman usually comes to her rescue while she's breaking the law for a righteous cause.
Right.
But this was straight up like she has nothing to gain here except I need to save him.
Right.
And I wish we leaned into that. We don't really lean into that relationship on this level.
No. So real quick, I know I kind of skipped it, but so Catwoman frees Batman. Batman gets away. Stuff explodes. Catwoman's about to get away. Harley Quinn shoots her with a giant fist gun, knocks her out. So that's why Batman. Now we find out now we're caught up to right now.
Yeah.
So Batman is trying to find where Catwoman is.
And the Joker's like, there's more than one way to get Batman.
Right.
Catwoman, I got her. And you'll see that she's in a cat food factory, Chris, and they're gonna ground her into cat food.
What was it called? It was the same one from the Looney Tunes.
It might show here.
Yeah.
It might show. I think I got that clip of outside the
Yeah.
So like,
Joker cheats. He has aces and jokers. And then he's telling the story about I think this is where he says the Catwoman thing.
Wait, here we are.
Here we go.
And the Killer Croc stands up like, oh. And then
we see it swing. Even though it makes no sense, it's one of the hottest shots in the series. It's like swing
because
one way.
It's straight up artistic because it's not like he changes his costume.
Right.
It's just like that kind of Spider-Man where half his face goes into the mask for the reader to know there's a dilemma, not because he literally is wearing half a mask.
Right.
And then it swings back and then it's Croc. And like, that's all you needed as an audience member. That's it.
That's it.
So good. And then you hear Batman's voice. And
then he says, I'm pretty good with traps myself. And then you come to, there it is. There's the light. There it is. It's Croc. Oh my goodness.
So the title of this show, Got Him.
Yep.
Almost got him. It's like, Batman
and then
got him.
They all pull guns on Batman. They realize there's Bullock and Gordon. Everyone.
Chris, it's just so smart because I feel like any other piece of Batman content, maybe outside of some of the comics, would have Batman beat all those bad guys up.
Right.
The fact that it's all part of his thing, it's just so smart.
It is.
It's so smart that they all like, we got the jump on you, and he's like, no. And it's like the whole place has. It's straight up like out of a Scorsese, Coppola like gangster movie, or it's like clack.
It's so cool.
It's so dope. Cool. And it's like you forget Batman actually works with the police.
With police, right. Batman's down. So here they are at the cat food factory.
And they didn't say the name.
No, they do say it's not. They do say the name, but it's the same one from the Looney Tunes. Let me see if I have it in my notes. No, I don't think I have. I saw it mentioned, but it's okay. We don't need to focus on the cat food factory name. So then Harley Quinn is talking nonsense to Catwoman.
That silhouette is crazy.
Yeah. and then she's about to get chopped up into cat food. Which this machine looks mad dangerous for a cat food. For a cat food,
What are they shredding?
I have no idea. Live
What
animals.
live animals are just going through that processor?
So Harley Quinn makes a comment to Batman, gives her the choice. You can either catch me or save your kitty. It's up to you, or something along those lines. And Batman just shuts off the powers like,
Well, which makes me believe she's dumb because I think Batman was like, "I'm saving her first," but you so happened to run right into the direction that I was going to shut off the machine anyway. So, like, if Harley went the other way, Batman probably wouldn't have went that way.
right,
But it's like,
right.
since you're going here, sure. And it's one of those moments where it's super convenient, but it's so dope. We're happy it's there.
Yep.
And then we get
Then we get
the
Catwoman.
real almost got him story.
Yep.
And they're waxing poetic, and she's like, there might be a time where we can live our life together without masks. And he goes, maybe. And she says, almost got him.
Almost got him.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so smart. It's so fun. It's just a good time.
It's a caper, man. This
It
is like
is.
prime caper, and they balance the right amount of camp because this thing has camp, Chris.
It does. It
I'm not
does.
sure there's other episodes where we have the villains doing straight up 66 heists. I can't think of episodes where maybe the
Uh,
Joker, but that's his thing.
we have a Clock King episode where he's kind of doing a thing with the clock. We have, but even that is still like pointed. It's more like speed. To be honest with you, so I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of
but
what is else was
no
campy.
one's like, we're just gonna tie. Well, I know they all tie him up and leave him for dead.
Yeah, I mean that's the mo. That's how else is Batman gonna get out?
That's the dopest supervillain. What is your power? I don't leave heroes for dead. What?
What?
You don't walk away and hope they die. No, I
No,
stay.
I just kill him. Straight up
I
kill him.
just shoot him in the head. It's unheard of. How dare you? This is a great episode. This is a treat, man. This is a real treat. I remember this was dope as a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Croc was Batman. Had no reason to know that Croc was
No,
Batman.
it's just
Didn't
so
know that
fun.
Joker's plan is happening in real time. And as a kid, those hijinks was really fun to watch.
Yeah,
Uh, this is a great episode.
I
It was
liked
a
it.
great
I love this
episode.
episode. This episode's a good time. It's fun, and I'm with it.
And we don't have a bunch of episodes where we get all the villains together.
Together, no, we don't. And they're all. You know what's cool about the dynamic of this episode is that they're all interacting with each other in like semi-friendly, semi-competitive, like frenemy type way, and it's
Yeah.
I just like that so much.
And we didn't talk about the fact that like this, we were going out of order, as you said, for season one. But like Harvey Dent, before he was Two-Face, had a whole relationship with Pamela
Oh,
Isley,
relation. We
who
used
was
to.
using him and planned to kill him.
Yep. Yeah.
So like that plays here, and the fact that they have a mutual respect. And they talked about, and you heard about Hatter. Batman got him. Like they almost had to unionize
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Batman is jacking up all their plans, dude. This is good, man. This
Great.
is so good. I mean, is there anything left to uncover here?
Not really. I think we talked about it. We talked about the feet. We talked about this is the second episode to show Batman bleeding, falling on leather wings.
Oh yeah.
And that's about it. We talked about it. We talked about the giant penny. Yeah. Go went through all my facts.
Dude. Great episode, man. Great
Yeah.
episode. We have so much more in our playlist. Go check out our Batman the Animated Series Rewatch playlist. Chris and I are jumping on every Saturday, just talking about the show that we grew up on. We also have reviews of movies and stuff. And Chris, we did Terminator 2 last week,
Good time.
and
Good
Jack and I had a whole debate about time travel.
paradox. We didn't even talk about the plot of the movie, to be honest with you. We just
It was
talked
so,
about
but it's one of those things where when something doesn't have to line up and make perfect sense, if it hits you in the feels. And I felt like this for this. It's like you guys have all almost got him way better than the stories you're telling.
right.
But in this episode, I don't even care if it makes sense. I don't care. Where did he get these poison tips? Why are they on hand? I don't care. It's
Nah, it
just
just
good.
works.
It just works. And sometimes it just works. And it just works here. So, like I said, check out our playlist. We got unboxings, we got toy reviews, we got comic books, we got movie reviews. We also got a podcast. Hit the link in the description below. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, leave a comment. Tell us your thoughts on this episode. Where does it rank in your top 10 Batman the Animated Series episodes? And we'll be back. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Peace. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk.